Do you suffer from the increasingly common browser extension overload syndrome? Do you yearn for a useful tool that doesn't require a terabyte of RAM for Chrome to be able to run? Then you need the Not Everything Has to Be a F***ing Extension SEO Headers Bookmarklet, available now for free. We'll let this simpleton explain it.
What? Rude. I want to give you a simple bookmarklet I made years ago and still use all the time today while trying to review a website quickly or while screen sharing live while talking with a prospective client. I want to give it to you for free with no strings attached. Although a like and subscribe would be very much appreciated. I don't know if you can tell, but this video is taking a lot of work. Alright, so first let me show you how both versions of the script work, as well as why and when you would use this bookmarklet. And finally, for anyone who doesn't know, I'll also quickly cover how to add the bookmarklets to your browser. So let's go ahead and run the first version of the script. And right away, you'll notice a couple of things happen. The first thing that happens is all of the headers are highlighted and color-coded according to the type of header that they are, and the type of header that they are is appended to the end of the header. So we can see here the H1s all have H1 following them, and they are all red. The H2 is green with an H2 next to it, H3 is blue, so on and so forth. So this allows you to see all the headers at once without having to open up the developer tools, which is really great if you're trying to look at all the headers quickly, or if you're on a screen sharing call with, let's say, a prospective client, and this is a lot easier to manage to show off and explain what you're talking about compared to opening up Inspect Element and playing around with that. But if you were to open up the developer tools and head over to the console, you can see that the script also logs all the headers to the console, including the headers that you can't see. So looking at this particular page, you can see that there are a couple of headers that don't actually appear on the page, but ended up getting logged to the console. So you can see the first one here is additional menu, which is not on the page. So what opening up the console with the script allows you to do is find headers that exist that just aren't visible on the page, whether that's served through, let's say, on mobile. That header may only show up on a mobile viewport, but if you're looking at desktop, you won't be able to see it, of course. And this also allows you to find redundant headers that are just stuck in the theme files for whatever reason, that you can go and clean up the overall theme files if you're on WordPress. And if you want to remove all the highlighting, all you have to do is simply reload the page. The second version of the script does everything that the first version does, except this version also will export a CSV of all the headers on the page. I mostly find usefulness with this anytime I'm trying to create a content brief and I want to quickly export all of the headers that several competitors may be using. So if I open up the CSV, what you can see is right at the top, it'll have the URL that the file was exported from. In this case, it's just a preview page on my WordPress site. And then we'll have column A, which will contain a header for text, but then all of just the pure inner HTML for all of the headers. And then on the right of that, we'll have the actual type of header. So not only do we have the text, but we also have it separated from the type of header that it is. And this will appear in order that it appears on the within the DOM. If you want to grab these scripts for yourself, you can go to this web page right here, which should also be linked in the description. And if you are on Chrome, all you have to do is simply drag from the buttons up to your bookmarks bar, and then it'll be there. All you have to do is click from there and the script will run. We have both the no CSV export version, which is version 1 that I showed, and the version with the CSV export. I personally have both on my computer, just so that whichever version I want to use, if I don't need to export a CSV, I'll save myself the resources and I'll just use version 1. If you're on Firefox, you can simply do the same thing, just drag up to your bookmarks bar. If your bookmarks bar is not visible, you can simply go to View, Toolbars, Bookmark, Toolbar, and always show. And if you're on Safari, essentially the same thing. You can go to Bookmarks, Show Bookmarks, and you can drag over. And if you're on Microsoft Edge, you can install Chrome, delete Edge, and add it from there. There, is that good enough for you?
Stop suffering from browser extension overload syndrome. Get the SEO Headers Bookmarklet today. Your RAM will thank you. Batteries not included.
Well, that was pretty stupid, but I love it. Well, you know the drill. Boost my ego by subscribing, make my parents proud by liking the video, and drop a passive-aggressive comment below. And if you like this video, please share it with your friends. If you didn't like this video, then share it with your enemies.